Homework check will be tomorrow, hopefully. And here's an example for today. In this problem, notice on the front two that you have 18 and 27. Clearly you can take out a 9 from those. And for 16 and 24, you can take out an 8. But look to see if you can do something different. For example, instead of doing the obvious, let's try to rework this and shuffle them around just to demonstrate that you can do these differently and still get an answer. So instead of these first two, how about we do 27ax and then minus 24x. Let's use this one and this one first, and then plus 18ab minus 16b. And let's see if they come out. Alright, for the first two, what number can I take out of 27 and 24? 3. And what variable? X. So go back and divide those two terms by 3x and get 9a minus 8. That parenthesis is a little far over there, but that's okay. Now you have a plus sign, so there's nothing to change on the second half. If you have a plus sign here, there's no signs to change. What can I take out of 18 and 16?
2.
Any variables?
B.
B. So divide both of those last two terms by 2b and get 9a minus 8b. So we have the same here as we have there, so it does work out. 3x plus 2b, and then, well, that's not an 8, that's a b, and then you'll have 9a minus 8. Oh yeah, I noticed a mistake here. There shouldn't have been a b on this part, I just wrote it accidentally. Still works out the same, 9a minus 8, and the same thing over here. We're going to do the same problem except leaving it the way it is, and in this case you can factor out a 9a from the first two terms and be left with a 2b plus 3x. Now you have a minus sign back here, so that means you have to change this one here, 16b plus 24x. Now go back and recopy the first half and then try to factor out something from the second half. You can take out an 8 from both of those and be left with 2b plus 3x. So it does work out. Your duplicate quantity is different, but it's still going to be the same answer. So you have 9a minus 8 and then 2b plus 3x. Bring this up and drop it off. For this problem, you have a 14 and a 7 out front. That's pretty clear. And 12 and the 6 in the back. So on the front, you can take out a 7a and be left with 2b minus x. And then on the back side, you have a plus sign. So you don't have to change anything. And you can take out a 2 from both of those. Oh, no, not a 2, but a 6. You take out a 6 from both of them and be left with 2b minus x. So you have the same quantity here as you do there. So it's 7a plus 6 and then 2b minus x. This one should be a little easier. 5xy plus x plus 5y plus 1. For the practice, you have 5xy and then plus x out front. You can't take anything out of those two except an x. So if you do that, you're left with 5y plus 1. X divided by x is 1. Now on the back end, you can't take anything out of either of those at all. But notice that it matches the quantity that you started with. So just put parentheses around it and you have it. There's one thing missing from here that we don't normally write, and it goes right there. What is that? 1, yeah. So x plus 1, and then 5y plus 1. Here's the same problem, but you're grouping 5xy and 5y together and then leaving x plus 1 at the back end. So on the front two here, you could take out a 5y and be left with x plus 1. And then on the back end, you just have x plus 1, which matches your first quantity. Don't forget this is really a 1 right there. So it should be 5y plus 1 and then x plus 1. And that's the same answer as before, except these two are flipped. On this one, you have a pretty obvious setup. On the first two, you can take out a 5y and be left with x plus b. And then on the back end, here's a minus sign. That means you have to change the sign of this to plus. Recopy the front half and then go back and try to factor out on the back end. You can take out a 4a and be left with x plus b. For your final answer, you need 5y minus 4a and then x plus b. Try these three problems. The total grade on this is out of 10. They're 10 points each, which means you could get 30 out of 10. 20 extra credit points.